Alright, there were a lot of technical challenges with this one. Mostly my audio recorder just decided to stop, so the audio at the beginning is a little sketchy, and then on top of that it was a pretty busy room, so there was a lot of feedback, so most of the audio ended up getting cut out. But other than that, I think there's a lot of good info. The other problem we had was, for some reason, the SLX video footage did not record, so I've replaced that with the data from E6's portal. So hopefully you guys can enjoy it and get some good information, and I'll get back at the end to kind of wrap things up for you. Thank you. Alright, Eric Benmore here with Whatever Was Sports. I've got a new product here from SLX with Logic. A little bit of a story time thing. A couple of years ago, they released the SLX Hybrid X3, and their idea was they were going to create this whole architecture where they're going to have these various systems working together. They did a Kickstarter for it, did very well in the Kickstarter. However, it was kind of plagued with a lot of issues. So the main first thing was a Bluetooth speaker, did your on-course yardages, but it also had a radar in it that did your ball and club speed. And then they had an attachment that attached to your hand that did your club information. And they had a lot of issues with the hand sensor getting it there, and as well as with the radar. And it turns out that the radar unit that was installed there, they couldn't do their firmware updates with. So their solution to that is they came up with the SLX Mini. This little guy here is a little radar unit, an upgraded radar unit. And this thing here will get you your club head speed and ball speed. It'll also display your yardages on course when you can set it up with their app. And then it combines with this little fellow here that attaches to your clubs. And together, they combine to get your speed from this unit and then your club direction from this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare it to the SC4 from Voice Caddy SC4, as well as the SkyTrak. So I'm going to be comparing it to a $2,000 simulator, a $500 simulator. These two things combined come up to $400. So we're going to see how it can compare. I'm doing them all in E6. It's all set to the same elevation. So let's see what kind of difference we get between the three. Thank you very much. Enjoy. So just going to talk about some of the things I'm seeing here when I was first trying it. So the thing with this unit is it's because it's a two-part unit, you need to wait for the club attachment to actually be ready to go. And I found a lot of time I was forgetting to do that. So what resulted was in those perfectly straight shots that you see. And when you get into the data, you'll see a bit of a difference there. And I also noticed that basically whenever it did read, it read with a extremely open face position. But I've passed this information on to SLX, and they're looking into it with their firmware updates and trying to figure it out. So hopefully they can get that fixed. There was a lot of really encouraging signs, and again, I'll kind of dive into that when we get to the end of the shots here. I was trying to hit a bunch of different shapes and that sort of thing so I could test how it was reading. Also, I wanted to mention that for some reason the video for both the SLX and the SC4 did not record properly. So I'm missing a bunch of that video. So I grabbed the data for the SLX because it's the important one, and the SC4 is going to be included in the data at the end. Alright, time to go over things here. So first things first, we have the club head speed, which actually really consistent numbers between the SC4 and the SLX. Both of them are radar units, and actually both, for the most part, had pretty similar numbers on the 7 irons. Pretty close, also with distance, it was actually pretty close to the SkyTrak across the board, which is actually a really good thing, that it was at least able to get close enough distances. So yeah, here we go again, more distance. This is the carry, and as you can see, it was very close to the SC4 when it came to carry numbers. A little behind the SkyTrak, but I find the SkyTrak is a little bit long. And yeah, ball speed, again, very close between the two radar units. Again, it's a very encouraging sign. And here we go, we're getting into backspin, which actually the SLX was the highest of them. And when it came to the 7 irons, which is kind of not a good thing because the SC4 is known for having too much spin. Side spin here, you can see it was kind of all over the board, and that's to do with the club face issue that it had. One of the things is the club information is kind of based on default clubs, and that's something that, you know, will affect the total spin numbers because it's kind of using a set example of a certain, you know, loft and lie and that sort of thing. So it's kind of guessing at some of that info, but I was really encouraged by the overall consistency of the distance across the board, and I feel like it's got some potential good here. So hopefully once they get things done, it'll be a little bit more reliable. They're definitely working on it, and I look forward to seeing what they do with some firmware updates, and I'll provide an update when I can. If you'd like to like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it, and thank you for tuning in. Bye.